Alrighty guys, get ready for a long ass spell as we take on TylorLikesPie. This spell is about 4 or 5 months old, and this spell runs for about 30 minutes, not sped up. So, no team preview because the update on the DS kind of wiped out our battle videos on our versus recorder back like a few months ago after this battle happened. He's gonna lead off Nihilego, I'm gonna lead off Top Coco. We're both gonna switch out. He's switching to Lano T, expecting to switch into my Jirachi because I know that his Nihilego is Scarf. I'm going to switch my Jirachi out. I'm going to Tapu Fini here, hoping that he does not switch it back into Nihilego, because that would be kind of bad. Get the Misty Surge going. He's going to go for a Stealth Rock here, which gets hazards up, which is fine with me. I'm going to go for a Defog. I don't want these hazards up. He's going to go for U-turn for chip damage in case he decides to switch out or double out. So I get switch initiative. He goes on a Homework the Kartana, as I do go for a Defog. Now, I'm obviously not wanting his Kartana to hit my Tapu Fini with a Leaf Blade, so I'm going to switch Aqua Spirit to Tapu Fini out, and I'm going to depart my Alola and Marowak here, and he's going to go for a Leaf Blade here, and that's going to do about 30% thanks to a critical hit. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, expecting or hoping that he switches into Landorus T, and he does just that. Unfortunately though, he did not keep Kartana in, otherwise that Will-O-Wisp would have been a wasted turn. His Landorus T isn't going to burn, it's going to take chip damage. So, Lano T suffers a burn. What's going to happen next is I'm going to switch Knick-Knack Marowak out, and I'm going to go right into my Tapu Fini, expecting either a Stealth Rocks or a Defog. He's going to go right for the Rocks, I believe. No, he's going for the EQ this time. He does a decent amount of damage where he burned Lano T, but still not enough to really matter. So, he's going to get burned. I believe I go for a Surf here, expecting him to go for Rocks. He goes for Stealth Rocks. And my Surf is fortunately not going to take out his Lano T. If it did, that would have been really bad, because then I'd have to find a different opportunity to get a Defog off. And with his Nihilego and his Kartana around, that's going to be pretty tough. So, his Landorus T is Figgy Berry, which I found to be very interesting. His Landorus T takes some burn damage. He's going to go for another Earthquake, as I do believe I go for a Defog here. He is hoping I'm going to take him out with Surf. Not going to happen, because again, I don't want to have to shuffle around my Tapu Fini and find a perfect opportunity to get rid of the hazards. So Lano T takes some burn damage. It's at half health basically, and he's going to go for another Rocks, some more Stealth Rocks, and my Tapu Fini is going to go for a Taunt here, so he cannot just keep setting up Rocks. Perfect for me, because now he's forced to either sack off his Lano T or switch out and hopefully go for Rocks another time. So he withdraws Tuff or Tough the Landorus T. It goes on Homework the Kartana, go for a Defog, clear away the hazards, lower the evasiveness of his Kartana. So Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers. He's going to double his Kartana out, going to Tuff the Landorus T, expecting to switch into either Marowak or Jirachi. Gets the Intimidate going. Going to switch my Tapu Fini out. He's right on that. Going to Departed. Fine by me, because Departed gets some free leftovers recovery. And yeah, I know. Thick Club is better on Marowak, but I wanted some passive recovery on the Marowak. He'll withdraw Marowak, going to go into Aqua Spirit to Tapu Fini here, expecting either a Stealth Rock or an EQ. He does set the Stealth Rocks in this case, and my Tapu Fini is going to heal leftovers while his Lano T takes some burn damage. So, I believe this time I go for Defog. He's going to withdraw. He's going to go into Lily to Nihilego, and I'm like, crap. Yeah, what do I switch into here? So, here's Nihilego loses some evasiveness. Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers. And Yellow Gadget is going to come out. He's hoping I'd stay in, but that's obviously not going to happen, as I do go for it does go for a Sludge Wave. So it goes to Scar. I'm going to go for the Body Slam here. It's not going to paralyze his Pyroar in the terrain, but it does some damage at least. And I'm going to go for Protect the Scout, what he wants to do. He actually reveals that he is a Z-move Pyroar, which is actually pretty lit, not going to lie. The Inferno Overdrive, while it will do some damage to Jirachi, it won't do a whole hell of a lot, because Protect and Detect and stuff like that does protect you from the from 75% of the damage to the Z move. So I get healed leftovers on my Jirachi, and the mist disappears from the battlefield. He's going to withdraw Scar. He knows I'm not going to keep Jirachi in. He's going to go to Tuff the Landorus T here, as I do switch into my Alola and Marowak, and that's to get some leftovers recovery. He is making some aggressive switches in this match, which is pretty good on his part, and I'm playing it safe generally. So his Landorus T does take some burn damage. I'm going to withdraw Marowak and then go into Aqua Spirit to Tapu Fini here. Get the Misty Surge going, and he is going to go for the Stealth Rocks here. Get some hazards up. Once again, I do want to get these hazards away, as while they're not a big deterrent to my team, it still hurts Marowak pretty significantly, as well as my Mega, which you guys haven't seen yet. So goes for a U-turn. I'm going to go for a Defog here, as he does go into Homework to Kartana, and I'm going to clear away the hazards. I believe this is where I make a very risky play. Tapping gets healed leftovers, right? So what's going to happen here is he's actually going to withdraw Homework to Kartana and switch to a 12 as they go for a Moonblast. It was very risky because my Tapping could have ate a Leaf Blade and died, and that would have been very bad for us. But Moonblast is going to hit the Lander's T switching. He's going to go Nihilego this time. I'm going to switch my... He's going to double his Nihilego out, expecting to switch into Jirachi as he does go into Pyroar. Tapping gets switched out, and he is right about that. I was not willing to make a second risky play there. Did not want to make that big of a ballsy play. So I'm going to go for Protect the Scout, what he wants to do. His Pyroar is going to go for the Fire Blast. I have no reason to keep Jirachi in. Even if I go for Body Slam, he won't be able to get paralyzed. But now the terrain disappears. And I'm going to withdraw Jirachi as he goes into Azura, the Tailfang, expecting a possible Body Slam or something. So Yellow Gadget goes, and in comes the Depart the Marowak. Not really good for me. Not a good situation to be in at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to withdraw Marowak, and I am going to actually go into Tapu Koko, as my opponent is going to go for a Nature's Madness. For those that don't know, Nature's Madness is a fairy-type version of Super Fang, so basically nothing is immune to it. So Super Fang does about 50% to Tapu Koko. As I do go for a Thunderbolt, he's going to switch into his Latias. Thunderbolt's not going to do a whole hell of a lot of damage to it, even in the terrain. And because it doesn't really do that much damage, it's tells me that this Latias is a defensive build. I'm going to go for a U-turn, just get some damage off on him. Doesn't do a lot, but it does a decent amount, just not a lot. I'm going to Yellow Gadget to Jirachi and see what he wants to do. He goes for a Roost, excuse me, cat, just to scout how much damage is going to be done. Go for a, I forgot what I went for, I was distracted by the cat. He's going to withdraw his Latias. He's going to go to Azura, the Tapu Fini here. Gets a Misty Surge going, as I do go for a Body Slam. So Body Slam to do a decent amount of damage to his Azumarill. Jirachi gets healed leftovers, so does his Tapu Fini. This tells me that my Jirachi is faster. I'm going to go for the Wish. He's going to go for a Taunt on my Jirachi. I don't really know his purpose that served because I was faster, but I guess that prevents him from going for Protects in the future. Now, I debated going for a Tapu Koko switch in here to get the Wish pass on it, but went for Pidgeot instead because I didn't want to risk taking a Surf and having Tapu Koko get knocked out. He goes for a Nature's Madness, but fortunately Jirachi's Wish is going to heal the rest of the HP on Pidgeot, so Shiny Killer the Pidgeot is back to full health pretty much. Gonna go for the Mega Evolution with my Mega Pidgeot. Gonna get a Hurricane off to see how much damage it does to Tapu Fini. It does about 40 to 50%. It goes for a Surf. That does about 37 to 40%. At least in my estimation, it could be a little bit off there. He's going to try his Azumarill and go into Toa the Latias as I do go for another Hurricane. So again, Hurricane not doing too much of Latias tells me this is a defensive build, of course. Gonna switch my Pidgeot out. Gonna go into Yellow Gadget Jirachi here, and here's something interesting that happens. He goes for a Thunder Wave, predicting that, hoping to slow my Jirachi down, hacks the Hackster, but his Thunder Wave actually misses because in Gen 7, Thunder Wave has, I believe, 90% accuracy, or 95, something like that. He goes for a Thunder Wave again, but I do switch my Fini in, expecting that, get the terrain going. He goes for a Side Shock, tries to whittle down my Tailfang, and I go for a Surf, expecting a switch into Nihilego. He does not switch, so that was unfortunate for me. His Latias gets healed with the leftovers, and my Tailfang does as well. He's going to go for a Tailwind here, and that's something I didn't want to see because now his whole entire team is faster than mine. I do get a Moonblast off, does a significant amount of damage to his Latias, but he can just keep going for recovers or roosts or whatever recovery move he has and heal off the damage. He's instead going to go for a Nihilego switch in here, as I do go for a Taunt instead. That obviously does nothing to Nihilego unless his Nihilego has a Scarf Rock Setter for whatever reason. Gonna withdraw my Telfi, gonna go right into Yellow Guy to Jirachi here, as my point is gonna go for the Sludge Wave, and that's gonna do nothing because Steel is immune to poison. He withdraws Nihilgo. He's gonna go into Azura, the Telfi, get the Misty Surge going so he can block paralysis. I go for a Wish instead, and I'm gonna, after both Mons get their leftovers recovery, or at least the Telfi, and then Tail Impenders out, I'm gonna hard switch out into Pidgeot, and hope that whatever move he does to my Pidgeot does not kill it, so I can get the Wish Pass. He goes for a Surf, knocks my Pidgeot down to 37 HP, and the Wish is passed to Pidgeot. So, Jirachi is basically my Cleric of the team, minus Heal Bell, because Jirachi can't get Heal Bell. He withdraws Telfi, goes into Lily and Hiligo. Now, to be fair, I could have predicted that, went for Hidden Power Ground, but went for the middle ground play instead, and that is just basically go for Hurricane, in case he's switching his Latias. He doubles the Nihilgo out, goes into Latias, and I do go for Yellow Gadget Jirachi. So Latias gets healed leftovers, and he's going to go for a Roost. The Tailwind is, I believe, no, he outspeeds me actually, naturally. So I go for a Bison. I'm hoping to get Paralysis because I'm a Scum like that, and I do get the Paralysis. Now, if Latias was part Flying type, that Paralysis would not have occurred because you lose your Flying typing and you're grounded, and the train would have protected it. So I'm going to switch Jirachi out. I'm going to go to Ox Spirit to Talafini, expecting a Thunder Wave. As my point is to switch his Latias out and go to Azura, the Tapu Fini. So, Tapu Fini takes, gets some leftovers recovery as is mine. His leftovers triggers first, so that tells me that at the very least he's speed tight. If not, mine gets outsped by his. He goes to the Paperwork, the Kartana, as I do go for a Moonblast. That's going to do a decent amount of damage to it, about 30 to 35%. I'm going to switch Aqua Spirit out, going to depart the Marowak. I did go for a Leaf Blade, doesn't do a lot of damage to me, but that's fine. And I'm going to get healed with leftovers. Next, he's going to switch Homework to Kartana, going to Scar the Pyroar, as my Marowak is going to set up the Stealth Rocks. This is my rocker of the team. Marowak is healed leftovers. And I'm going to switch to Departed out and go right into Aqua Spirit to Tapu Fini, expecting a possible Dark Pulse. He goes to Hyper Voice, expecting that switch, which is about 27 to 30% to the Tapu Fini. So Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers. He's going to withdraw Pyroar, and he's going to go into Toa the Latias. As I do go for, I believe, a taunt. Oh no, I go for a Surf this time. I speak a little bit ahead of myself here. But I get the leftovers recovery. As is his Latias. Gonna go for the taunt to block his Tailwind or Thunder Wave. It does block his Thunder Wave, and Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers. So his Latias gets healed leftovers as well. And I'm gonna go. He's gonna go into Tapu Fini, or Azura the Tapu Fini rather. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a Moonblast, and that's gonna do a significant amount of damage to his Tapu Fini. I really want to go for a taunt to block his Defog, but I figured that he'd be a little bit faster, so there's really no point. I'm going to go for a Moonblast here, because he does get a Defog off. So I do get some significant amount of damage off. Sadly though, there's going to be no Rocks damage to be had on the rest of his team. Unless I can find another opportunity to get Rocks up with Marowak, but that's really going to be tough to do. So he goes to Nature's Madness. I'm just going to finish off his Defogger once and for all. And if I get Rocks up again, so be it. If not, then whatever. So the Tapu Fini goes down. Get some leftovers recovery. And he's going to go out Lily to Nihilego. I'm going to withdraw my Tapu Fini. I'm going to go right into Yellow Gadget Jirachi. And my opponent is going to go for the T-Bolt this time. So Jirachi gets hit with T-Bolt. Doesn't do a lot because my Jirachi is a careful nature. He's going to withdraw his Nihilego. He's going to go into Homework to Kartana. And I do switch out and go into Zydar. So I doubled out basically there. And I'm going to go for a Choice Bandit 1,000 Arrows. Now the trains will wear off. And 1,000 Arrows is going to do a lot of damage. Now it didn't kill Kartana because even though Kartana has piss poor HP, it does have good physical defense. It goes to a Leaf Blade, knocks my Zydar down to 32 HP. And 1,000 Arrows is going to finish off his Kartana. He didn't really want to switch anything else into it. And I don't blame him. So next out comes Nihilego. I'm going to basically sack off my Zydar chair. I could have switched into Jirachi to be fair, but there's honestly no point. So I basically let him kill off the Zai dodge. I'm gonna go on a yellow gadget, the Jirachi. And he's gonna withdraw his Nihilego and go to Scar the Pyro. I'm gonna go for a body slam, expecting that switch. I did not go for a body slam this time with the intention of getting a paralysis. I just want to get some damage off. And to be honest with you, I didn't want the paralysis because I didn't want any more hacks to be done in this match that it already has. I didn't want him to complain either. But Jirachi gets healed leftovers. Next, I'm going to withdraw Jirachi. I'm going to go right into the part of the Marowak, and he is going to go for a Dark Pull. No, he's going to go for a Fire Blast, actually. Does a significant amount of damage to my Marowak thanks to a critical hit. And I'm just going to go for like a Bonemerang or an Earthquake. I forgot which one I have, which move I have on this Marowak. But he goes to the Dark Pulse, and it's moot because Marowak faints. You're going to go into Tapu Koko here, get the Electric Terrain going. He's going to withdraw his Scar, the Pyro, and go on a Lily, the Nihilego, as they go for a Thunderbolt. And that's going to do a lot of damage. I could went for Hidden Power Ground, but I decided to go for the medium play and go for a Thunderbolt. So switch Tapu Koko out. Going to go Aqua Spirit to Tapu Fini, and basically the intent is to sack it off here. He goes for a Thunderbolt. That's going to do a lot of damage to Tapu Fini, knocking it down to 10 HP. Tapu Fini is going to heal with its leftovers. I'm going to withdraw it this time actually and go into Yellow Gadget because maybe I want to Wish Pass into it, even though there's really no opportunity to. So it goes to a Thunderbolt again. Going to do next to nothing to Jirachi. Jirachi gets healed leftovers. His Nihilego is switched out. He goes into Latias as I do go for a Body Slam in case he switches on a Pyroar this time. So Jirachi gets healed leftovers. Now what I'm forced to do here is basically go for Iron Head to try to paraflinch his Latias to prevent him from going for Roost or Tail End or whatnot. The first time, the paraflinch does work. So Jirachi gets healed leftovers. Now I want to go for it again. If I go for it again, I'm in a really good position here. So I go for another Iron Head, and he breaks through the paraflinch and goes for Roost. So, too bad. Too bad, too bad, too bad. Jirachi gets healed leftovers. His Latias gets healed leftovers as well. I know this is a long battle. I know there's a lot of stall, a lot of paraflinch, a lot of hacks. I apologize for that. But there's not much that can be done. I switch Jirachi out, going to Aqua Spirit, expecting a Thunder Wave. Get the terrain going. If I lose my Tapu Fini, so be it. He is fully paralyzed. I don't know which move he went for there. I mean, either Tailwind or Thunder Wave would have been a good choice there. So his Latias gets healed leftovers. And he's going to withdraw his Latias and go to Nihilego as I do go for a Moonblast. I could have predicted that one for Surf, but I just want to get a Moonblast off and get some last minute damage off on the Latias in case he goes for like Side Shock or something. Now withdraw Nihilego, Tapu Fini, and go into Jirachi here as his Nihilego goes for a Thunderbolt. He has no reason not to go for Thunderbolt now that my Zydodge is gone. Because if I switch to Tapu Koko here, even resisted, it's going to kill it. He withdraws his Nihilego, he goes into Latias, so they do go for Iron Head. No reason not to. I mean, if he switches to Pyro, I do get a significant amount of damage off and just switch on to something else. Even though my switches are kind of limited at this point. So go for another Iron Head, again trying to paraflinch because I'm Scum. And he gets the Tailwind off, and that is quite unfortunate for me. So, Latias gets healed leftovers, as does my Jirachi. And the Mist Pierce on the battlefield, I'm like, oh crap, he's going to go for a Thunder Wave. So I switch Jirachi out and go Aqua Spirit to just get some terrain up. The Misty Surge will protect my Tapu Fini and my Jirachi from paralysis. He goes to the T-Wave. Great for me. I bought myself some more time with my Jirachi. So Tapu Fini gets healed leftovers. I'm going to withdraw Tapu Fini. I'm going to go right into Yellow Gadget the Jirachi as my opponent is going to go get fully paralyzed. Don't know what move he was going to go there with there. Probably Roost or Side Shock. Jirachi gets healed leftovers. And the Tailwind is still active. He goes for a Roost. Gets some HP back. Was hoping he would, so Iron could like at least get him down the red. Latias gets healed leftovers. And the Tailwind Penters out. So I'm going to go for yet another Iron Head. He's going to switch into Scar, the Pyroar. And half of the remaining HP of Pyroar is going to get knocked down, or around almost half. Going for a Body Slam, no point. And I'm going to go with Tapu Koko to basically sack it off. He's going to go for a Dark Pulse instead of a Fire Blast. And that's going to knock my Tapu Koko down to 1 HP. That 1 HP live, man. Going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. My opponent is going to switch into his Latias. Dazzling Gleam is going to do a significant amount of damage, but it will take out my own Tapu Koko due to Life Orb recoil. So Tapu Koko is down. Latias gets healed with leftovers. Fantastic. It doesn't really bother me. Gonna go to Shine Killer the Pidgeot here. I'm gonna go for a Hurricane, and that's gonna finish off the remainder of the Latias' HP, which is great. Next up comes Lily Nihilego. I could have sacked off the Pidgeot, but I figured that going to Tapu Fini instead would be the better option. I do switch to Tapu Fini, get the Misty Surge going, and he's going to finish off with a Thunderbolt. So all that's left on his side is Nihilego and Pyroar. What's left on my side is Mega Pidgeot and Jirachi. I'm going to go for the Body Slam, because even if he takes Jirachi in Nihilego in for whatever reason, Body Slam will take it out. He switches Pyroar in, Body Slam's going to knock it out, and Lily's going to come out, and Ironhead will finish it off, and that will be a good game to TylorLikesPie, right after this Thunderbolt, of course. It was a really long battle to commentate over, and I'm glad it's done because I was getting tired, man. But however, this match is really good. Tyler did play well. He made some very aggressive switches in the beginning there. He made some predictions, made some doubles. Really solid plays all around. What did get him though is switching his Kartana out and going to Lando T with my Tapu Fini in front of it. I get he was predicting the switch into Marowak, but I went for the risky play. I went for Moonblast, and that killed off the Lando T, and that was that for his Rock Setter. Although his Nihilego could have Stealth Rocks, I didn't see it used. And Scarf Rock Setter is pretty interesting. Very clever on him to bring Tailwind and Thunder Wave. He almost got the Thunder Wave off my Jirachi and cripple it, but his Thunder Wave did miss that first time, which is very, very unfortunate for him. And the rest of the time, I just got the terrain off to protect my Jirachi and my Tapu Fini from being paralyzed. Regardless though, very solid match, so good game to TylorLikesPie. And for the rest of you guys, if you enjoyed this Wi-Fi Battle, feel free to leave a like and a comment. Also, if you enjoyed Wi-Fi Battle and content on this channel, please consider thunderbolting the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And remember guys, keep riding the Thunder Waves to victory. Okay, thanks, bye.